This is VegasWebNews.com.
Hi, this is Naomi B, your host for VegasWebNews.com, and we're here in Plateau, Montreal for an exclusive look at Ralph Leroy's collection for Spring-Summer 2011 for the Montreal Fashion Week. Let's take a look. I'm here interviewing Ralph Leroy. Hi, Ralph. How are you doing?
Doing good.
So, Ralph, we all want to know, how did you get started in the business?
I started as a model in New York, and 5 years ago, I stopped because I wanted to continue in the fashion industry, but in another direction that I always dreamed when I was younger. And also, I used to work a lot with stylists and photographers in New York, and have been part of many events in the fashion industry. So, and I think that all the dreams start there, because I never liked what I used to wear before when I used to go to a fashion show or when I have to work in a photo shoot, and something always been missing. So, and I always dream to have my own touch, so that's how it starts.
Also, we wanted to know, do you have any advice for people who are starting out in the business?
Oh, there's so many advice, because people, when they see the fashion industry, they only see the glamour side, and they don't know that it's a lot of work, and they don't know what comes with it. I would like to tell them that if you think, for example, you wake up in the morning and you say that, okay, I'm a designer, I'm gonna do this, so it's not easy, because you have a lot to go through. The craziest part is the emotional part, and you need to have a good backup psychology. Only you know how you would like to do this, and I will tell them as well to never settle for less. It's not because, okay, this is done and they have to accept it the way that it is. You need to not only reach the perfection, but you need to always want to go over the perfection, because it's a must. So you don't sit down and you say, oh, it's cute, it's beautiful, and I love it. No, you always go much more forward in what you want and what you believe, and to never let anyone break you down and to discourage you. And it's a tough industry, and if you are weak, you should not come in it.
What was your motivation to get into the business?
It is very funny, because anyone can get motivated by anything. Some people like to have the glory, and some people are like, oh, everything is beautiful, this is cute, this is nice, and they feel that they got motivation from that. This is not motivation, this is a kind of validation. It's a passion that I want to live. It's not that I'm doing design and say, oh, I want to sell this in the store. When you start thinking about money, you kill your dream. Yes, you need to have a living, but you kill your dream just by having this as a motivation, if you're a true artist, of course.
So let's talk about your last collection. It was very Haiti-inspired, very military-inspired as well. What would you say made you go towards that?
When it comes to Haiti, everybody knows that on January 12th, Haiti has been devastated by the earthquake, and this is my country too. And at this moment, and I was in a kind of, I was very emotional at the time, and I didn't think about working or doing anything. And at the same time, I feel powerless about doing something. And so I have decided that instead of giving up at the moment, because I didn't have the courage to continue, and I said, okay, let me take this as a courage and to do something. I came from a surviving country, I'm a survivor, so I will dedicate this collection to the survivors.
That can also lead to some of the charity work which you've done with UNICEF, HIV, and all that. So do you want to talk more about the charity work that you've done?
Usually about my charity, about things that I support, I do it at first for the pleasure of doing it, for the pleasure of helping others, but not something that I first think about doing publicity. So yes, I've done a lot in charities, but a charity it's a charity.
What can we expect in your next collection?
It's all about water, and the water in all shapes, and the water in all directions that I can say. When we talk about water, we mean the water that you're drinking, the water that you're taking a shower. We mean the ocean. We mean also the rain, everything that's related to the water. And it's a way for me to tell people, I can say actually it's a pretext for me to say to people to be careful because you take the water for granted.
So another big part of who you are is your jewelry line. How does your jewelry line differ from what we find out there?
Well, I never really pay attention for what we have out there. I always pay attention to what I want to bring out there. I always make sure that to have a kind of custom-made creation for my clients. I love to make my clients feel unique too in what they're wearing. I always go for the finest stones, for gold, for silver, and this is the type of things that I love to work with. Like I have some stuff there, they are not for sale, I just enjoy watching them and feel good when I see them.
So what can we expect from Ralph Leroy in 2011?
First of all, you're gonna see Ralph Leroy in many stores in Montreal, and we take time to select our stores, and we are very happy with the result. And we will be to some places like Simon's in Quebec, and we will be to some places like Valérie Simon, and we have some other places that waiting for us, and we can't reveal. People will understand that the production is a small quantity, so you have it now or you don't have it. So that's the way that I like to work.
So Ralph, it was great to meet you. Thanks for letting me into your wonderful studio.
The pleasure is mine, and it's always good to see beautiful people next to me. And again, I know that it's a very difficult time, and I hope that you can understand all those English that I said in that interview. And again, we can't say no to Vegas.
So I hope you enjoyed an inside exclusive look at the face behind the Ralph Leroy collection. My name is Naomi B, signing off for VegasWebNews.com.